And the music you're hearing in the background now is actually from the game. I suggest we get started, because I'm very excited to get this one going. All right, so we have a few classes to choose from as our character. We have an operator who works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. That does not sound like me at all. Extractor work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a higher level of endurance. Thank you so much for the lurk. Absolutely, go get your stuff done. We have a machinist. Repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. Okay, what do I do when none of them sign like me? I think we'll go with this guy, I guess. The extractor. Sunbathe dice action allows energy recovery at home. I'm sure we'll figure out what that means soon. First thing you become aware of on waking is disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Think of that body. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. Cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard, at your back and face, cramping your limbs. It's a Clever. Hello, Clever. Welcome in. Oh, Clever. We have a new redeem. You're at work. It's summer. Why are they forcing you to work at summer? Well, now it's shifted a little bit. Why is it shifted all the way over there? Oh, it's because of your name. Your name is so long. Optimum. Look at that! You're level 1. That's a good level. Don't have the joy of summer holidays? No. Well, look at all those good skills you have that you can now level up. So right now you're level 1 and everything is level 1. But next time you do that redeem, you will level up to level 2. And you'll be randomly assigned a point in one of those attributes. So yeah, it picks them randomly. I don't know how I don't know how Scoot would be able to design a bot where you could choose them yourself. That's too advanced for my brain to even comprehend. But welcome in, and yes, feel free to lurk if you need to lurk and work and all that. But I hope you're doing good. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain, at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. We don't know where we are. Remember the plan or remember the others? Let's try to remember the others. You remember there were 10 of you. 10 that could no longer stand the indentured work, the routines, the slow decay. That sounds familiar. 10 whose belief in their promised future was slowly dismantled day by day until they realized that they had sold away everything that could and would ever matter. 10 that would escape or at least die trying. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if, in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reached any destination. You'll try to rest. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Rest. Time passes. The cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light. White as the cold. Softer and softer until in a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. You are out. Ooh. We're out. Dragos, pragmatic salvager. No, that's Dragos. Nice. Cool design. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, sleeper, you all thawed yet? Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance in sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside-outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with its glinting eyes the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches, its rising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Or perhaps he is just figuring out what to do with you. What happened to them? He ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to it. To sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now. And you are just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells. The promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S and ARP wants to protect their property. But if they can't keep hold of you, well, then no one can. You remember that too. Or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down. Separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? We're dying, I guess. But for now, sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away towards the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is the best place you could be right now. The eye? The station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. He trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you are welcome to it. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Alright, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Drago stalks back into the wrecks. His drone's already converging on a rusting hulk. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Oh, we do have a tutorial. Okay, that's good. Welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Select location by clicking on the icon. Yes, this one is it then. End cycle. All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. But we don't know how long we have left though. Or if we are still ourselves. You wake curled up in the corner of the container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? That's a good question. I mean, building a life, sure, but we don't know how long we have left, so is there a point to that? Getting answers? Escape? We already did escape, didn't we? Okay, let's try building a life. Maybe you did get lucky, finding yourself here. Maybe here on the edge of everything, there's a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you'll need to learn to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smells like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes, like angular suns, burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it is long after you finish drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best as you can, and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Condition, action, dies, and energy. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. Yeah, have a good sleep, Tara. We'll talk tomorrow. Oh. Have a good sleep. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by 1 segment each cycle. Okay. But can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Okay. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. Okay. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. Okay, so right. Energy is the white bar, the bottom one. All right. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. Oh dang. Okay. So we so it's yes, our condition is not full. Are these the dice then? Can we like look around or? Dragos is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He is still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor you realize it is implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Well, not good at the moment. The drone chirps. Dragos nods. You notice that beneath the operator's rig his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So, I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You all enough to work? Sure. Alright then, he nods. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper you'll be used to the manual labor, and obviously I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Chits? These, he pulls out a handful of small metal bars. Air-walled cryo, isolated from the market, is what we use for trade out here. He stuffs them back in a pocket. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can. And sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way they are for me at the yard, I need the help. Why? Things are a little tight, that's all. I owe a little cryo to a client here or there. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you are feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Also, that is not a good use of adverbs. I don't like that. Looks like it's time to get to work. Okay, so we have a home to rest, or we have his yard. Extractor. Oh, we can view our character. Oh, okay. So maybe we can like 1 upgrade point, 2 upgrade points, 3. We have 0 upgrade points. All right, let's go to his yard. Actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. Alright. Actions reward you with clock progress, an energy condition, or items depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcome. Positive, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, the action succeeds. Negative, the action fails. So 6, 100% chance. 5, 50%. But he can't fail. 3 and 4. 25, 25, 50. Okay. 1 and 2 at 50% chance of failing. That's not great. Either critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only be performed once. That's repeatable. Okay. Either safe, risky, or danger. Safe, no loss condition, energy, or cryo. Negative outcome means cryo or energy loss. Danger, negative outcome means condition loss. Neutral outcome can mean cryo or energy loss. Okay. Gotta be careful about that. The skill that this action requires, either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. For either -1, 0, +1, or +2, this is added to the action dice when slotted and improves its value. Some actions require a +1 to perform. Okay. So we can, okay, so these things are what we can do. I guess these two. Okay, so we have a 6, so that should be safe, even if this is risky. This should be perfectly safe. We can use the 4 there, maybe. So that'll turn into a 5. Oh, I can only do one at a time. Okay. Let's start that one first then. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Drago's depth, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. Any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that location. Okay, I see. So we are now filling up back in business. Every salvager knows they are always just one lucky haul away from their next payday. So we can repeat this multiple times. Okay. So we're trying to get to 8 here then. In that case, we should probably do something like that and get a 3, and hopefully that'll be good enough. Drives and navigation. In Citizen Sleeper, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives, depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any tracked drive will place a yellow marker on location that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow button at the top left of the screen. You are now free to explore Erlin's Eye and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive, look for food to keep your energy up, and wait to recover condition. Oh, you can recover condition as well. Okay, that's good to know. Build clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home when you are out of dice. Right. Okay. Did that work? That was a negative. Is that a negative? Oh no. Okay. Drive, survive, or repay Dragos. Okay, so we can... Yeah, okay, so we can track that one. Right. We try one more. Hopefully. Back in business. Plus 10 cryo. Okay, nice. And then... We'll do this one there. Because this, I'm hoping this is going to... This gave us 2. This gave us 1. Okay, we'll give it a go. Okay, minus energy, plus 10 cryo at least. Guess it didn't quite work. After hours of careful slicing and separation, you uncover little more than layer after layer of worthless scrap. This is going nowhere. Okay, let's go back. We do have one. Well, we don't have any. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's no. I don't have any more dice. We have to wait tomorrow. Wait for tomorrow. We have 1 energy, but that doesn't really help us that much. Okay. Oh, there's this perk as well. I should try to save a dice for that as well, I guess.